It should. Oh, look at that. Look, it's you. It's you. Hello everybody, hope you're well. Welcome to another video, and the concept of this is basically based on a video I did quite recently. This here is a video called an emergency Snickers loaf that I did around about a month ago. So it's called an emergency Snickers loaf, in the concept of it being that you could kind of make something in a hurry for a birthday cake or a party that wasn't just a cake. It was just kind of like, what have I got around the house? So with it being a loaf, I mean, the loaf tin helped it make it look just like a bar, but I just kind of like thought most people have a loaf tin, and the emergency thing got you out of trouble like that. But also I think a lot of you like the fact that because I said it was an emergency, it was an excuse to make something rather epic indeed. I've actually got an idea for about 5 more other ones off the top of my head, but if there's any specific ones you want to see down below, perhaps someone's got a birthday that you think, yo, how can we make this in a hurry? The aim is to try and make these within about half an hour to an hour, absolute max. No crazy projects, just something cool that's going to be like, wow. On the screen right now, we'll see a Reese's peanut butter cup. This is like such an epic chocolate. I just absolutely love it, the simplicity of it. In fact, you can just make it with 2 ingredients. We'll just add a couple more just to enhance it a teeny weeny bit, but I love those rigid edges on the cup all the way around that. It's got like a chocolate shield all around it and a fat wedge of slightly chunky peanut butter in there. And that in its entirety, there's so many different versions. They do like a mega cup, they do pieces and all this other stuff, but I just like the standard cups. If you want to make just standard size ones, I've shown it on the channel a few years ago where you just get some cupcake cases like this and they already give you the ridges, you see that? But you wouldn't fill the chocolate all the way. You just do a little bit at the bottom, then do your filling and then top it, and then that will be done and perfect if you just want to replicate a homemade fresh version of the classic. The little cupcake cases will get you by, but I think some people will probably look and go, oh right, yeah, you just bought a load of Reese's cups and just unwrap them and sort of stack. It's actually snowing outside in my house. It's snowing. That is snow. Sorry. But my point is, you would literally go, oh yeah, you just bought some ready-made peanut butter cups and just, oh, but you could stack them into a croque and bouche or something like that. That would look pretty cool, but it's not gonna have that sort of wow factor for your guests. They're not gonna be like, yeah, that looks cool. One option you can get is these. I'm not sure if you can get them from your supermarket, but they come in a pack for like £2. You get like 50 in there, but they're designed for like lining a cake tin. They're too thin on their own, but maybe stick 3 or 4 together, and you can see it's got quite a lot of depth there. It's not too bad. It would pass, and that's nice and cheap. But you might have one of these. Oh, this is a 28 centimeter loose bottom flan tin. It's like double the surface area of those liners, but these are a little bit more expensive unless you already have one in your house already. Any flan tin of any kind will do it. The fact that it's loose bottomed is great as well, and the most important thing, it's got some real dynamic ridges on it and a very subtle angle, which is perfect for that thin look. If I wanted to go for like the mega cup ones that they do, I would probably go down that route as well, but I just think that this looks a little bit more epic. What do you guys think? Flan tin? Yeah? You're just freaked out by my t-shirt, aren't you? The first thing to do, we're not going to worry about our ingredients just yet, is just make sure you've got enough room in your fridge or freezer. The freezer will make this super quick. That's what we're going to go for today. That's the plan. The emergency thing, just make sure there's enough room for that, because you don't want to go to the point of like filling it up. We want to get that as close to the top as we can to make it look nice and level and really fill it out, and then try and put it in there and be like, oh, and then it's like balancing on some frozen peas or something, and there's like chocolate going everywhere. Your wife won't be happy about that. I'm talking from past experience. In fact, what I'm gonna do is, ta-da, see that nice cleared shelf? Oh, this is the cactus gadget, remember that? Yeah, we actually do use them. I'm gonna keep it nice and cool so the chocolate will cling to it when we stick it in. Okay, first thing we're doing is getting some crunchy peanut butter. I've actually got 2 jars like this, and you can see a little bit like a jar of Nutella, it has got the foil around the outside. Now we're gonna warm it up just to make it a little bit easier to get a lot out of the jar and more maneuverable, so do get that foil off. Spoiler alert, if you don't, you'll have a thunderstorm in your microwave, and that is not good. So this is chunky peanut butter. All right, this is a plastic jar, so I hope that's microwave proof. I guess I'll find out. Little update, the jar so far has not melted. That's good, you don't want that in there. All right, so just for comparison, this is one that I haven't put in the microwave. You can see that's a little tougher, and this is the one we put in the microwave. In fact, if I give it a good stir around, you can see how easy that will come out. and the chunks. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna just push it in. Oh my gosh, that is coming out so much easier. I mean, if I warmed it even more, it would probably pour out, but that's fine. If you're wondering what that beeping is, my dishwasher's done, right? Sometimes put it on in the mornings and we think, oh, it's only gonna go on for about 10 minutes. And no, that's been like the 10-hour version. Here we are. I've added about half of the other jar. So this is 1 kilo of chunky peanut butter, but you see that smoothness? Oh yeah. In its normal state, as we saw, it is thicker anyway, but by adding some icing sugar, this is 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna go for about 4. It does add a little bit more. I don't know if when you bite into a Reese's peanut butter cup, you kind of get that texture, that sort of, it's not stiff, but it's firm, and there's a sweetness to it, a sort of powdery sweetness. That's what I'm going for by adding the icing sugar. So not too much, but it's a really good time to add it in there whilst it is warm like that. And just for another little flavor enhancement, a little bit of vanilla extract. We'll mix this all through, and that icing sugar will get absorbed. It's just gonna taste so fresh. You know, if you really wanted to personalize it, you could make your own peanut butter from scratch. I've done that before on the channel. It won't take too much longer, but this is simplicity. So this is actually done. And as we leave it to one side, it'll get a little bit more rigid, so we can leave that and concentrate on our chocolate. Now the Snickers loaf, I don't know how I did it, but I absolutely nailed the chocolate. It looked tempered, and I just shoved it in the microwave. We did that whole chocolate tempering video. I don't have the tempering machine anymore. It was on hire, so we'll do that again. And I did put a little bit of peanut butter in there, and I might do that again. Smooth though, just to add a little bit more. We wanna just enhance it a bit. So I've got 8 bars there, and I'm gonna leave 2. So I've got 6 bars. I'm just gonna roughly break it up. All right, and bear in mind, this whole chocolate is gonna hit that tray that is in the freezer whilst we've been doing all this. So you've seen me do this many times. I'm gonna stick this in there on 30-second blast, stir in between. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna stop it, and we're gonna get the final quarter of the chocolate cut up nice and fine first of all, okay? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I just figured I'd have that ready so that once that chocolate's melted, that can hit it whilst it's still as hot as possible, just to get that going. All right, so that was about 2.5 minutes in there stirring in between. As I say, I'm just making sure there's nothing hiding down the bottom. But that is looking good. So as quick as I can, I'm gonna get that other chocolate bits in there. I put it in a jug to make that easier. And just by stirring it through, I think it brings the temperature down. Like I say, this was the seed, and it should melt those bits for us. Just need to give it a little bit of elbow grease. There we go, check that out. So you wouldn't normally do this, but I am gonna just add in a little blob of the peanut butter because I absolutely love that slight taste when I did it on the Snickers loaf. And also, some chefs online, I'm gonna just do Salt Bae, have been raving about adding a little bit of salt to melted chocolate. I've never done that, and there's probably some sort of salt in that peanut butter anyway, but hey, we can make it our own. Just gonna work that through whilst my pug t-shirt stares in wonder at it. Okay, nice and smooth. Let's move on and get our chocolate. No, let's get our tin out the freezer. Woo! Yeah, that is cold. Wow. Do not stick your tongue on that. The scene from Dumb and Dumber is not needed right now, although it's tempting. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour an initial layer of the chocolate on there. Doesn't need to be too much, just enough to cover the bottom. But we do wanna work fast. I can feel it setting already, which is good. With it being loose bottomed, it could slip down the gaps, but you know, it does tend to be quite strong, this stuff, normally. Okay, and the good news is because that tin was so cold, it's nearly set already, but stick it in the freezer now for about 2-3 minutes. Got chocolate on my face. Nah, that has literally been 2 minutes. Yeah, I didn't even need to look at it, look. It's tacky. It's not completely set yet. Another couple of minutes and it will be, but that is fine. That is the foundations, the base for our peanut butter layer. And there's still a little bit of movement in it, which is good. Aim for the middle, and it should start to find its way. Just kind of help it, but try to leave a little gap around the edge if you can. Now this is where we need to get a little bit of chocolate around the edge just before it expands and hits that edge there. You don't want the peanut butter, there is a slight gap. Okay, cool. And then you can get any remaining peanut butter here It might look a bit odd because that chocolate's sort of there with it, but that is acting as a shield. It's stopping it. It's like a dam. And now, again, from the middle, get it on top. Get that chocolate covering that peanut butter. It's not very level yet. It will be, because we can use gravity to help us. There's a little low spot there, so I'm going to aim for that. If we start to give it a little bit of a wobble, can you see that leveling out? Look at that. Oh my gosh. We've pretty much nailed that bang on. If you want, if you're feeling confident, you can lift it up and tap it down. I might do it once. Oh my gosh. Or twice. There you go. Just, you see there's a couple of air bubbles coming out? 3 times. 4 times. There we go. That is absolutely bang on with the edge. I can't believe that. I love that. It is super flush and I love these grooves. Setting it now is going to really pick those up. This is the hardest bit. And if you need to stick your tongue out like that just to concentrate, you can. In you get. Yes. Okay, it's actually been 20 minutes. The top took a teeny bit longer despite being in the freezer to set than I thought, but now we're in a good place. Here it is. Look at that. Look at the shine on the top of it as well. Loving it. So because it's in a loose bottom tin, remember we didn't grease or line it. Chocolate does firm together quite nicely. The groove should hold and we can pop it out with a glass. All right, here we go. It should. Oh, look at that. Looks like a crown. This should hopefully, I'm actually, to be fair, I'm going to just help it. Look! Boom! How easy was that? Check that out, and the grooves as well. Let's give it a slice. Finding what I think is the middle. Oh my gosh. Oh, straight down. Yes. Okay, I'll do it this way. Look at that! Amazing! Boston, look! You come and have a look? Okay, just pass him through. Great. I just love that. I've just taken another wedge out of it. The lines on the side, such a simple thing to make, but you can see how at a party you'd be like, yeah, I want some of that. So of course I've got a Halloween plate of all things. I'm going to try this right now. Oh my gosh. So fresh. I like the fact, I actually do like having my chocolate cold anyway, most bars that I have. I think it's a combination of those little tweaks we added, even the salt in the chocolate, the vanilla, the icing sugar, all those bits holding it together. It is a very, very naughty bite. I have no reason to have a party right now. It's not my birthday until July. If you're watching this in July, it's my birthday. But you can see how something like that could be epic for a party, and in total, that took about 35 minutes to make. So, amazing little hack for you to try that'll get you out of trouble in a Reese's peanut butter emergency. Of course, if you don't want to eat it, you can pretend you're Pac-Man. He'll eat it, oh yeah. If you haven't seen the Snickers loaf video, do check that out. And if you've got any other ideas for emergency hack party recipes like this with standard tins, ideally, so that you can all try it around the world, let me know down below. I've got about 3 or 4 other solid ideas, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all 3.